Howdy y'all, I am Ice Gold, and if you watched my video from last Thursday, it talked about the best ways to get gold and how to farm gold and that type of deal. But one of my biggest pet peeves in this game, and I'm sure this applies to a lot of you as well, is the fact that you can, in fact, have too much gold. Zeke will come up over here and tell you, hey there, you're about to lose yourself some gold, and it sucks. It sucks because at level 130, this caps out at 525,000, and I don't know why KingsIsle has just not pushed it up any higher since level 130. I mean, they've done the same with energy, so I don't know. Maybe it's I really don't know what their deal is with that. It's like energy is one thing because you know, for whatever reason, but the gold cap, come on. we can bump this up a little bit. Plus it's sort of stopped at an awkward 525k, so 525k, that might seem like a lot, but it is very, very easy to keep hitting this, especially if you garden, because on my ice, which is the main character that I garden with, I, like, every time, it'll take like maybe 2-3 Elder Harvests of both of my couch potato plots on that character, and I will be hitting max gold. Zeke will be telling me, hey there, looks like you're about to lose yourself some gold. And he's right, I am about to lose myself some gold, because you can't go above that 525k limit. So that then leads to the question, well, how do I spend gold? And spending gold, you could do a number of things for that. Pet training costs a lot of gold. Like hatching a mega pet with another mega pet from the kiosk will cost around 100,000. So that is one way to sink it. But let's say, you know, you've already made all of your pets. You've got your PVP pet, you've got your triple double mighty, you've got your quint damage, you know, you've got your other PVP pet, I don't know. But let's say you don't need to make a pet, or you're not looking to make a pet or any of that. And this is when the question sort of comes up, how do I store gold in this game? Because you might not want to immediately use the gold that you've gotten, that you're about to overflow on, but you also want to keep it stored for later just in case you need it. And this is where the video really starts. I know I've been yapping for about 3 minutes at this point, but this is where it really starts. So let's go over my top 3 spots to store gold with, or my top 3 methods to store gold with, I guess. So coming in 3rd place on the list, we have Empower Treasure Cards. Now, I checked on this character. I don't have any Empower Treasure Cards on this character, and I'm also broke, so it's not the best of examples, but the spell Empower, for whatever reason, Treasure Cards of Empower can sell rather, for up to 2,000 gold. That's a lot. And if you buy a bunch of Empowers from the bazaar, you can easily stockpile them, and you know, you can sell them later. If there's 0 Empowers in the bazaar when you're going to sell them, then you can sell them for 2,000 each, which is a really, really good way to store gold. You can just have Empowers in like a separate alt account and just pull from it whenever you really need to, or if you need gold or something like that. I've done it a few times, and this is the basis for the entire Empower black market. Some of y'all might not understand like why Empowers are the currency in the black market, servers like Game is Trading Post and whatnot, but this is why. This is the simplest way to store gold and sell it back to the bazaar for quite a bit later on. I did want to mention though that storing gold just in general, you're gonna be operating at a loss, just because like that's just how the game works. You can't sell for more than you buy, that type of deal. So usually Empowers will cost like around 4,000 gold, I want to say, if you're trying to buy them from the bazaar, and there's a bunch of them. And like it goes up to 6,000 if there's only a few, but selling them back, again, maximum of 2,000. So it is still good. You can still sell like one Empower for 2,000 gold. Like it's good, but it is not the absolute best way to store gold, because it also runs on, like, Empower TCs are a limited resource, you know. There's not some vendor who can sell an infinite amount of them, and so that's sort of how it goes. So that's why Empowers aren't at the #1 spot, despite being the simplest way to do it. So we have taken a trip to Abbey Road in Avalon to check out the #2 spot, and both this and #1 are much in the same vein. So vendors, like these regular street vendors in Arc 2, they can sell items like, you know, shoes and robes and hats and that sort of thing that cost a lot of gold, but then sell back to the bazaar for a lot of gold. So where you can sell Empowers for up to 2,000, you can sell these robes back for something like 70k, and that, in my opinion, is very good. So if we talk to Clover here, the shoes and robes maker here in Abbey Road, you can buy the vendor robes for all of this. The cost actually does fluctuate a little bit. Myth, for whatever reason, costs a lot less, and then Isis costs more, but most of them are going to cost about 141,000. So you can buy these and then sell them back to the bazaar for half of this, you know, like if there's not any in the bazaar already. So if I were to buy, you know, 3 surcoats of Grim Honor, like if my gold is overflowing, that type of deal, I would spend about 423,000 gold doing that, and I would be able to sell it all back for about 211,000, which, in my honest opinion, I think that is a relatively good trade-off. It is a way to store, obviously, you know, 211,000 gold. That is pretty good. You can sell them all and get that much, which is enough to hatch a couple pets, that type of deal. And it's a good method. It's a good method, and you don't have to be max level to do this. As you quest through the second arc, you're probably going to be overfilling on gold anyway, just because of how much gold you get. You could sell stuff back to the bazaar and get a ton. So this is a good way to store gold, just buying these vendor robes. The boots don't sell for as much. The hats don't sell for as much either, I believe. So that's why they are not as good. Or I guess the ice hat sells for almost as much, but yeah, the robes from Clover here are the ones that you want to buy. And Azteca and Chrysalis vendor robes, I think you can buy them for around the same. I just come to Avalon because the vendors are closer. Like, I think in Azteca you have to go all the way out to the Floating Mountains, which is a whole pain, and you know how that goes. So Abbey Road, it's pretty easy to just come by here and buy these on up. So would recommend this. This is going to take the #2 spot. And finally, coming in at the #1 spot is here in the silent market of Chrysalis, but the bazaar also applies as well. And if you sort by cost in the bazaar, you can sometimes see, especially if you go to the wands, that there's an item called the Umbra Legionnaire's Spike. And yeah, Umbra Legionnaire's Spike. And in the bazaar, it'll cost like 399k if you're buying it, and there's just one there. But Brendan Dreaming City here in the silent market of Chrysalis will sell it to you for 266,000. Same for the Moonblade's Razor, which also sells back to the bazaar for quite a bit. And you know, you can like these are really good to buy and then sell back to the bazaar, because if you buy, like, I'm pretty sure you can buy, like, if you're at max gold, you can buy. Okay, I don't actually think you can buy 2 of these because it's 266k, but if you buy one of these at max gold for 266,000, you can sell it back to the bazaar for 133,000, assuming that there are none in the bazaar. So 133,000. You know, it's it doesn't cost as much to buy, but selling it back for 133 grand, like, you only need one of these to sell back to the bazaar to be able to hatch a pet. That type of deal. So this is my #1 most recommended way to store gold. Just have some of these lying around in your shared bank, send them over to a character that needs gold, sell it to the bazaar for 133k, problem solved. So that is how I do it. I'll come to the silent market, I'll buy these from Brendan Dreaming City, and I'll just sell them back to the bazaar for, of course, half the cost. But if I'm on my ice, for example, and I just have like a massive surplus of, of gold, like from my couch potatoes or whatever, that extra gold that I lose is inconsequential to me. So if it's like a wizard that I just need gold on, because there's no way to transfer gold in the bank, which I wish there was. I really wish there was. That's a huge feature that I wish could get added, but it hasn't. So this is currently the best way. Just buying up these Umbra Legionnaires spikes from Brendan Dreaming City in the Silent Market, and then selling them back to the bazaar for 133k each. Simple as that. So that is where I'm going to wrap it up. Thank y'all for watching. I've been Ice Gold. Be sure to like, subscribe, and leave like 50 comments for the algorithm. My Discord is down in the description if you want to chat with me some more, and I will see y'all later.